Hello, in this video I'm going to be testing out the noise levels of my homemade silent computer. Now if you've not seen this yet, I do recommend that you have a look at the overview video first, in which I sort of explain its features and show you the reasons behind it being so quiet. You can view the video by either clicking the annotation on screen or following the link in the description. Now, as I don't have any special sound measurement equipment, I can't accurately get a good decibels rating for this. So what I'm going to be doing instead is using a really high-end microphone so that you can hear the computer and compare it to a few other devices that you might be familiar with. And all the tests will be done with the computer running Unigene's Heaven benchmark, just to simulate it playing a game, because idle levels are pretty much useless because most computers are quiet when they're idling, but it's when a computer is under load that it usually makes noise. Now, just to show you how good this mic actually is, I'm going to compare it to the microphone I usually use for my narration, which is this one here. And when this one's amplified, it sounds like this. And what you just heard was the noise floor of the microphone, and anything that's quieter than that hiss, like my computer, is completely masked by it. Whereas with this microphone, which has a much lower noise floor, it can be amplified more before you can hear the hiss. So here's how it compares to my narration microphone and a Zoom H1. The sound you should try and pick out is the sound of the so-called silent clock in the background. So as you can hear, the Rode NT1A is phenomenal in comparison to the other microphones, which use quite small capsules. And this is the same reason why using a smartphone to measure the decibel rating of the computer is completely out of the question, because smartphone microphones have so much hiss that the app can't discern anything below around 30 decibels or so. So with the microphone performance now covered, it's time to do some actual tests so you can hear just how quiet this computer really is. The first thing I thought we could compare it to is an external hard drive. When I power it up, note how loud it is in comparison to the computer in the background, which you can barely hear. Now, as these recordings are quite quiet, I do recommend that you use headphones and listen to them in a fairly quiet environment. So this is the computer compared to an external hard drive. So, as you could hopefully hear, the computer was very quiet in comparison to the hard drive. Now let's try and see what it sounds like compared to some drops of water. And now a light with a built-in transformer. Now, I don't know about you lot, but even with headphones on, I could barely hear the computer at normal listening levels. So why don't we try something even more extreme and go with even quieter sounds, amplifying the signal even further so that we can actually hear the computer more clearly. As I'll be amplifying the signal quite a lot for this, it's worth noting that this is a lot louder than it appears in reality. And let's go to the next extreme and try it compared to the sound of using a smartphone. To get an idea of just how quiet this actual sound source is, just get your phone out and try, just scrolling to one side or something, and you'll realise that the tiny tap sounds are barely audible, even if you're in a really quiet room. Okay, so hopefully from those tests you can hear that the computer is indeed extremely quiet, and despite it running the benchmark, you can only just hear it despite me whispering. That's how quiet this is. It's literally inaudible to me in the room. So why don't we take it to the next step, and what I'm going to do is see whether you can hear my heartbeat over the computer. So what I'm going to do is just do some press-ups and maybe go and jump around somewhere, and then see if you can hear my heartbeat above the computer. Right, let's go. Can you hear it? I'm out of breath too, so... Well, if you can hear it, success. So, as you hopefully heard, this computer is extremely quiet. And for me, that's really important. Not all of you will think that a quiet computer is something amazing, and that's completely fine. It's just different preferences. I mean, I know someone who really likes having a loud computer that blasts fans out everywhere because it sounds more powerful. But for me personally, I like experiencing the atmosphere of games without having fan noise in my ear. So yeah, it was important for me, so that's why I built it. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed watching this video, and if you want to learn more about the computer, you can have a look at the overview video, either by following the annotation at the end of this video or by clicking the link in the description. And I've also got a build log up, so you can actually see how I went about building it. And it is quite interesting, so go and have a look at that as well. You'll probably find it most enlightening. So as always, if you've liked this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And of course, don't forget to subscribe if you like this kind of techie video with new experiments, or, you know, building new things, because that's what this channel's all about. And your subscription counts, so if you subscribe, thanks very much, and I hope you enjoy my future videos. I'm Matt, and I hope I see you next time.